This is VOA News. I'm Marissa Melton. 16 Marines at Southern California's Camp Pendleton were called out of battalion formation in what military officials are calling a mass arrest involving human smuggling. AP correspondent Jennifer King reports.
On July 3rd, 2 Camp Pendleton-based Marines were arrested and accused of transporting undocumented immigrants. U.S. Border Patrol agents reportedly saw 3 immigrants jump into the Marines' car on Interstate 8 north of the border near Tecate. According to a federal complaint, the undocumented immigrants told agents they had agreed to pay the Marines $8,000 to take them north from the border to Los Angeles. Now officials say they've arrested 16 more Marines following an investigation into human smuggling. Another 8 are being questioned about alleged involvement in drug offenses as part of a separate investigation. I'm Jennifer King.
The prospects of U.S. Democratic lawmakers impeaching President Donald Trump appear to significantly have diminished after former special counsel Robert Mueller offered no new explosive allegations about the U.S. leader in hours of congressional testimony this week. So congressional Democrats are quickly pivoting from impeachment talk to their legislative plans over the coming weeks. AP Washington correspondent Sagar Magani reports.
The House leaves town tomorrow for 5 weeks, and Speaker Nancy Pelosi says Democrats have big plans.
We will own August and make it too hot to handle for the Senate not to take up our bills.
On streamlining government and lowering health care and prescription drug prices, Pelosi did not mention Robert Mueller's testimony or impeachment, as she and other Democrats gathered on the House steps to mark their 200th day in the majority.
What I can't figure out is what they're celebrating.
Top House Republican Kevin McCarthy says there's too much party infighting for Democrats to do anything.
This is not a family fight. This is a war and a feud.
Sagar Magani, Washington.
For more on this and other stories, you can visit us online at voanews.com. This is VOA News. North Korea fired 2 missiles off its east coast on Thursday. The launch comes as Pyongyang complains about upcoming U.S.-South Korean military exercises. While analysts say the launch probably will not derail nuclear talks, it underscores the United States' inability to move these talks forward. VOA's Bill Gallo reports from Seoul.
The missiles launched Thursday appear to be short range, possibly similar to those North Korea launched in May. That launch didn't derail nuclear talks. And Seoul-based analyst Bong Yong-sik says the latest one probably will not either.
It is another attempt by North Korean authorities to put additional pressure on Washington prior to actual negotiations to set the agenda for working level negotiations on denuclearization.
South Korea has said it will go ahead with planned joint military exercises with the United States, despite North Korean objections. Washington and Seoul have already scaled back those exercises. But so far, that is not good enough for North Korea. Bill Gallo, VOA News, Seoul.
أقسم بالله العظيم أن أحافظ على استقلال تونس.
Tunisian Parliament Speaker Mohamed Anassour was sworn in as interim president of Tunisia on Thursday. His swearing in was hours after the death of President Baji Caid Essebsi's death. Essebsi helped guide the North African country's transition to democracy after the 2011 revolution. A state funeral will be held for him on Saturday. A series of attacks rocked Afghanistan Thursday, killing dozens of people. 58 people are dead, including 38 members of Afghan security forces. Taliban militants stormed security checkposts in Takhar province, while multiple bombs rocked the capital Kabul and Jalalabad. A Ministry of Interior spokesman said a suicide bomber on a motorcycle targeted a minibus in Kabul, carrying the staff of the Ministry of Mines and Petroleum as they were on their way to work Thursday morning. The local branch of the Islamic State terror group took responsibility for the attacks on the minibus. The Taliban claimed responsibility for the third attack in Kabul, in which they claim they targeted foreign invaders. Celebrations erupted in the capital of Puerto Rico late Wednesday night. This after embattled Governor Ricardo Rossello announced his resignation after several days of angry, massive street protests. In a video address posted to the government's Facebook page, Rossello said his administration's achievements would be threatened if he remained in the post. Thousands of people who had gathered outside the governor's mansion in San Juan launched into a spontaneous, joyous celebration as he announced his resignation. I'm Marissa Melton. This is VOA News.